you try to answer the question. That's the basic definition of research. And yes, that's exactly what Andrea was doing. She had this puzzle, this question in her mind about the end of her class. She decided to explore that question by asking a colleague to come and watch her class. And she also looked at the internet to find out what wrapping up a class could be like. She compared it. So she was definitely getting evidence, getting data, getting information to answer a question, and then she analysed that, and then decided to go and make some changes. So yes, it was research. And the third definition is a very short one. It's actually a very famous definition of research, systematic inquiry. So inquiry, going to try to find answers to questions in a systematic way, planning to do things in order to answer questions by getting evidence. Okay, so research, we need to have definitions of research, but I hope you agree with me that these definitions are quite clear, quite easy to understand, and that teachers can do research. Teachers, and she did it, she does research. Let's go to the next slide, because we're going to talk to you about a particular kind of teacher research. And actually, Andrea showed us an example of what we call exploratory action research. How many of you have heard of action research before? Action research. People talk quite a lot about action research. Okay, she was doing action research in the second part, where she was trying out lots of different new things and seeing if they worked or not. Action research is something that teachers, actually any practitioner, any professional can do. Doctors can do it, nurses can do it, social workers can do it. If they have an issue, a problem they want to solve, they can try something out and systematically see what happens. Gather data, gather information to see what happens if you try some new action. But both Pablo and I, in our experience with teachers, we know and we believe that before you start doing that, it's very important to try to understand the situation. Before you start trying to bring in new actions, which maybe you hear about from a conference, maybe you read about in a book, we think it's very important to try to understand the situation. And that's what she was doing, what Joe was doing in the first half. Before she tried out anything new, she was simply trying to understand, explore the situation. That's why we call it exploratory action research. And in our experience, it's good because it's not so burdensome for a teacher to just try to explore something. It's something that they can do together with their normal teaching. It doesn't require you to do a lot extra. Whereas the actions may be a bit different. You may need to do some extra things. And let's look at this from So AR, action research, on the left. These diagrams you can often see in books about action research on the left. It involves action research on the left. It involves a teacher or a doctor or a nurse reflecting about a situation, in particular maybe a problem, then planning to change something in that situation. Plan, act, try something, observe. Observe doesn't mean only watching. It also means maybe getting data of any kind, getting some